Hey guys, I'm in a different area or location right now, but anyway, this is another Breaking Bad vlog, Season 5, Episode 4, 51. And basically Walter turns 51 in this episode, and this is going to be a birthday he never forgets. So basically in the teaser, Walt but he gets back his old car, the one from all the way back to Season 1, the van, and right after he gets it back, he sells it for like $50, I think. Oh, wait, hold up. I have the my phone again. For the Breaking Bad week, just to see, so I won't forget things. Anyway, I don't know why he lowers it. But anyway, he buys a black Chrysler, and he uses the money he got from the meth, and it's kind of ironic because like in Season 1 when Jesse and Walt were making their money, Jesse was kind of being irresponsible and he bought like a new car, and now this time Walt's buying the new car and again being irresponsible, being a little too cocky. And at the same time, Walter Jr. gets his Challenger back, because that scene was pretty funny. And right after that we go to the Madrigal building, Madrigal Corporation. We see Lydia again, and Mike calls her, says the DEA is going to come like 30 seconds. They arrive, and Lydia shows them to the warehouse, and I think they take this guy in, some guy, but basically that was the guy who drove the methamphetamine from the warehouse to the pest control house. So he was like the deliverer back and forth, and now he's gone. And Mike tells Lydia over the phone that he's going to get a new guy for her. And Walt and Skylar goes back to her house, and it's a really funny scene. She sees the Challenger and the Chrysler, and she's like, "Oh, great! Like, are you serious?" And they take up 2 parking spots, and that automatically tells you like there's gonna be some tension inside the house. While they're eating dinner, Walt and Walter Jr. just talk about their cars, and Skylar's just in the background, just feeling left out, feeling alone, and doesn't even say a word. And she's just she feels powerless right now, and it's just awkward, just to see her just sitting down there, just by herself, just eating her food, not even paying attention. And later that night, Walter gives her Skylar finds out that Walt's selling meth again, and because Walt gives her a bunch of money, she's like, "You're selling meth again?" And she's like, "Yeah." Kind of like in I think it was episode Madrigal, Season 5, Episode 2, and he was kind of in the same attitude, like when Skylar was like, "You're moving in again?" And he's like, "Yeah." I mean, it's just, Walter just doesn't care. And then Skylar brings up the fact, maybe we should send our kids to boarding school. And Walter's like, "What? Are you trying to take my kids away? You want to send Holly to like the Peace Corps or something?" And because then later on in the episode, Skylar's trying to take the kids out of the house so they won't, because she knows now that Walter is causing trouble, and now that she put herself into it, she's part of the trouble as well, and she doesn't want her kids to be involved in any way possible. So she decides to send them off, or tries to make an idea to send them at least out of the house so they won't be involved in this stuff. And Walter just basically cockishly talks about his birthday, his 51st birthday, and he just basically ignores everything Skylar says, doesn't even care anymore. He's basically that evil seed in him is just growing, and he just cares about being in charge, this kingpin, being in charge of everything, even the house right now. And he has the love of his son, and as long as his kids love him, as long as everybody else loves him, he cares less about what Skylar thinks. And Skylar's just in that powerless state where she doesn't know what to do, and it's that awkward. Every time they're in the bed, it's just so awkward when just Walter just kisses her on the neck. Ugh, oh my god. And later on, the next day, the 50. It's kind of like the first season where she makes the 50 out of bacon, and this time she makes the 51. She's so reluctant to do it, and she really doesn't want to do it because she sees Walter as the bad guy now. And Walter Jr. is kind of like on Walter's side, not really on Walter's side, but because he doesn't know what's going on. Skylar's just so powerless right now. I mean, anyway, Hank gets promoted because he's still looking for Gus's connections, trying to find Heisenberg, trying to stop this meth because he hears it's back on the streets, and he gets. Hold on. Hi guys, I'm in another location. Whee! Yeah, sorry, I had kind of disruption at the other location, but anyway, where were we? We were at Hank got a promotion to he basically just got a promotion, and Walt, it's still Walt's birthday. He packs everything up. He goes back home, and he thinks there's a party, but there's no party for him. And afterwards, Marie and Hank drive over to Walt's house for his birthday, and Hank questions Marie like, "Why are you acting like this? I mean, I told you I got a new promotion. You're acting all, skittish, jumpy." And indirectly, well, not indirectly, but she doesn't tell, like, not directly. She kind of gives out hints that Skylar cheated on Walt, is having an affair, and she tells Hank. Hank knows about it now. And throughout the whole party, little get together near the pool, everybody's just. It's just nobody really knows what to talk about anymore, and like Hank and Marie think it's like the affair that's going on. Skylar knows that it's unsafe. She just feels unsafe with Walter, not even showing any emotion, and Walter's just continuing. He's just being fake, saying all these lies. I'm sorry. And he does this monologue about how he had his cancer. And while he's talking, you can see Skylar in the background near the pool. And while the camera closes in on Walter, everybody's just. For me, I mean, while the camera was just closing in on Walter, I was just what is Skylar doing? Is she gonna drown her? Like, is she gonna kill herself or something? And everybody's just, that tension is on Skylar, and eventually she just drops in the pool, and I think she tries to kill herself or something. Most likely she tries to kill herself, but she just drops down in the pool, and Walter goes in to grab and save her. Afterwards, Jesse goes to retrieve the meth from the warehouse, and they find the GPS. Lydia and Jesse, they find it, and we cut back to Walter's situation with Skylar. Skylar's in bed, and Walter and Hank, or mostly Marie, brings up the fact that maybe they should take the kids for a while so Walter and Skylar can work out their stuff. And Walt kind of remembers that what Skylar said. It's revealed that Skylar told Marie to take care of the kids. She came up with this plan, and then Walter goes to Skylar because he's kind of iffy about, like, now you're gonna take my kids away from me again. And they get into this argument about, Walter says, "What are you gonna do? Like, how's your story gonna go? This is not," because he knows it's not a good idea. And he just says, "How are you going to explain to them how?" And then college is coming up. Maybe I can take them to boarding school, stuff like that. And Walter's like, "Well, if you take him to boarding school, you'll basically be taking him away from his friends and trying to explain to him for his last year of high school, you're just going to go to this school for 1 year, right before college." And Skylar just breaks down and just says, "I don't know what to do. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just know that I have to get the kids away from you, and this is the best I can come up with. And until your cancer returns, I'm just going to wait and bide my time until it does." And there's this one part where Walt says, "Gus was the bad guy. I took care of him." And then Skylar says, "I thought you were the bad guy. I thought you were the danger." And I really like stuff when they bring back stuff like that, just to remind us about what these characters said. And then the next day comes, and Mike, Walt, and Jesse discuss about, like, how that Mike thinks that Lydia set up the GPS under the meth tank, or under the meth barrel, and Mike says she probably put it there so we can just leave her alone and just so she can try to find a way to get out of there. But Jesse doesn't really think that maybe we can just tell her, just stop it, or just threaten her. Because Mike automatically says, "Okay, if she did that, I'm gonna kill her because she's gonna get us in trouble in the long run." And Jesse's just saying, maybe we should just, I like how he's being kind of passive about this, or I don't know the word for it, but whenever they bring up, like, somebody dying or somebody killing, he always tries to find an alternative. Like, he's the mediator, like I said before. Jesse's the mediator, and I like when Jesse does this thing, just does these things. Ever since he killed Gail, he's not a pacifist, but he doesn't want to go to that, like, he doesn't want to go to the ultimate decision. He doesn't want to take that full measure of killing somebody. He doesn't want to repeat that, and he's trying to just find an alternative. And he forces Mike to put it to a vote. And ultimately, Walt just says, we'll still need the meth to come in no matter what. Jesse thanks him for this, and before Walt leaves, Jesse gives him a birthday present of a watch. And I even like how Jesse says, I put the receipt in there, so if you don't like it, you can always return it. And that's just so cool. I just like when Jesse does nice things like that. Because he really cares about people. And I like how Jesse, the good parts of Jesse are always come out. I just like those little moments. So anyway, Walter goes back home, and Skylar just doesn't even care anymore. She's smoking again inside Walter's new birthday mug, and he even shows Skylar, this watch is by the person that gave me this watch he put a gun to my head, and then he just goes to sleep. And then a little foreshadowing, the watch just ticking away, and maybe like Walter's running out of time. Maybe something bad's really just gonna happen to him, like something bad's gonna happen to him. I just always want to know what that flash forward from the very first episode, the first episode of season 5 series premiere, where he has the beard and stuff. I want to know when that takes place. But I did like this episode. It wasn't action packed at all. It's just mostly just talk. It was a lot of emotions, and it focused mainly on Skylar, I believe, and just how she's trying to fight back against Walter. He doesn't know what's going on in his world, but in her world with the family, she's going to try to do whatever she can to, make his world as far away as possible from the family world. So, I think my favorite part was just Jesse, that end when Jesse just gave him that watch, because I just like that. It was just so sentimental. And when Skylar, that fight between Skylar and Walt, Walt saying, "I've done all this stuff before, you gotta think." Skylar compares herself to Walter. "I'm not as good as you, I'm a coward, but whatever happens, at least I'm not like you. At least I know what I'm going to do, and whatever happens, I'm not going to be the one to put my kids in danger. I'm going to take them away. I'm going to do the right thing." And I like how Skylar and Jesse always try to do the right thing and be good people. So, overall, I like this episode. It's not my favorite so far, but it was a very good episode. Mostly just for Walter, Jesse, and Skylar. So, yeah, I'll catch you in episode 5. Later.